Peace and Divine Love family. I'm back with another video about love and relationships. So I have been doing a lot of videos about generational curses, or not necessarily saying a lot, but I've been doing quite a few videos about generational curses. And this is kind of like in alignment with that as well. But I started to do this video like a couple days ago, and a brother, I'm going to tag his video, Hotep Talah Amun, he did a video the same day that I was going to do this video right here. But I had other things going on, so I ended up not doing the video that day. But I watched this video and I was thoroughly pleased with the video because it was like so much in alignment with what I was already going to talk about, except for I'm talking more about relationships and he was talking more in a sense of divine. It's kind of going more into alignment with the generational curses and attracting certain mates and why we attract certain mates, what we're supposed to learn from. The things with humans, we put conditions on love. We do. Like, I love you if you do this. I love you if you do that. It's more of an action word than it just is. Love just is. A person doesn't have to do anything. Like, for instance, when you have a child, that child doesn't have to do anything for you, to you. You just love this child. And it's no explanation needed. You just love them. That's the type of love you really should have for everybody. At the same time, I'm not condoning abuse in relationships. I don't condone you being with somebody. I don't condone you being with somebody that makes you feel less than, that does not support you. And don't get me wrong, it's situations where you're not going to feel like that in relationships. Like, you're not going to always feel supported by your mate. You're not going to always feel that ooey butterfly feeling with your mate. It's ups and downs in relationships. But I still stand by what I say about you shouldn't have to argue with your mate. I still stand by that. Disagree is one thing. Argue is another. I'm not saying that arguments do not happen. What I'm saying is it should not be so it should not be at the forefront of the relationship. Like, that's basically all y'all do is argue. I don't agree with it. I don't feel like that should be anybody's situation. It's not up to me to decide, because teach his own. Like, everybody go through what they need to go through. And we all are expressions of the Most High. And if that's what that person or those people need to experience, it's not up to me to decide that. I personally, and that's the ego, I feel like that's not necessary to have to go through that with somebody. Like, we can disagree without being violent toward each other, without being disrespectful toward each other. And I don't feel like anybody should stay in situations where you feel like that, like you're being disrespectful, you're being violated, somebody's abusing you verbally, emotionally, mentally, physically, in no form. I don't feel like you should deal with that. And I don't feel like you walking away from situations like that mean you love that person any less. Somebody shorty is tripping. He ain't ready to go. That's that part of when you go to take your children to the park. Like, when they don't be ready to go, like, it be serious. It get real. I feel like if we need to come together for something positive, that we still should be able to do that. And not in the name of like sex or a relationship or whatever. Just for the sake of the point of fact of, we once said we love each other. How did that go away because we're not together or we're not in a relationship? I'm still a firm believer in it. I don't feel like I have to be in contact with my exes every day, but at the same time, I don't feel like I should just be holding some type of animosity in my heart. Like, I don't let them know because I'm not with them. Like, I don't know, that's crazy to me. That's always been crazy to me. That's why I always maintain like some form of relationship with my exes. Well, most of my exes get into relationships for superficial reasons. How somebody look, what they can do for them. And believe it or not, because they want to impress people around them. Some people don't want to be alone. Like, some people just be in a relationship just because they don't want to be by themselves. So a proper thing to do is like to try to heal as many things as you can before you try to get into a relationship. I know that that's not all the way possible. We all are dealing with like a lot of, like I said, that's why I'm doing these videos on generational curses and things like that. We're all going through these things and we're healing these things. So, and I also feel like you can't be like, it's kind of hard to say I'm going to move on and be with somebody and you not fully healed. Like, it's like, what, you're gonna be single for the rest of your life because you're not fully healed. I feel like the best way for you to know you healed is for you to get into relationships and you to keep working with healing while you're in that relationship. And a lot of times you won't even know you if you're healed or not until you're in a relationship. Like, you can say, oh, I'm healed, and then you get a relationship and then something trigger you and then you realize, oh, I'm not really healed. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm not saying to say like practice with the person, but whoever you with, they should be ready and able to support you in that healing. And likewise, you should be, because I'm quite sure they have things they need to heal from as well. We're all perfecting ourselves. Okay, so I had to move around a little bit. Somebody decided to come right behind me and have a full out loud ass conversation behind me when they, even though they see I'm recording a video. But it's a public park, so I gotta respect that they, they doing their thing. A healthy relationship looks like you all supporting each other, you all being one with each other, you all loving each other unconditionally, like whether things are good or bad or ugly, you all still loving each other through all of that. That's what a healthy relationship look like. Like, you should feel, for the most part, you should feel happy when you're with this person, at peace when you're with this person. You shouldn't feel stressed and like you don't want to be around this person, or when this person come around you feel agitated. Not somebody you're in a relationship. But I personally feel like if it's somebody I'm in a relationship with, hell no, I don't want to be in a relationship with somebody that I don't want to be around. I don't enjoy being around. I can love you from a distance on that note. You know what I mean? But if you in my life and you in my circle and every day I'm around you, I have to be with you. I'm not only that, I'm letting you enter into my vessel, into my body. Yeah, we're gonna have to be able to get along. We're gonna have to be able to see eye to eye and communicate properly and show each other love and support. And I have to feel peace around you. You know what I mean? The thing about it is, and I don't know when my video gonna end, so I want to say this before this video cut off. The thing about it is, in order for you to have those things, in order for you to attract those things, you have to be those things. You can't expect to attract someone who is going to love you unconditionally, no matter how good, bad, or ugly you are at times. You have to love yourself like that first. And then that way you are able to also share that type of love with someone else. And then it's reciprocated. That person will be a divine reflection of you. It's not about how that person looks. It's not about what that person can do for you, what kind of car they drive, how much money they have. It's about really just being with somebody that compliments you well, that helps you progress to the next level in your life. And believe it or not, like, a relationship is supposed to take you somewhere. You're not supposed to be stagnant in a relationship. They have to be a reflection of that love within you. And if you're not happy with the person you're with, it's probably because of some things that you're not dealing with or you're not happy with within you. Become that person and watch how fast that person manifests. Because it's just an extension of you. I had to come back and say this because I used to attract, like, and don't get me wrong, like, every level in my life, I look back and I realized that I attracted those mates from the level that I was at. Excuse me. And when it was time to move on, that's why I'm like, I never look back. I never go back to a mate. Like, once it's over with, I'm done with them in the sense of being in a relationship. Like, our relationship can evolve into a friendship, or back to a friendship or whatever. But as far as, like, being with that person again, like, 10 times out of 10, I'm not going back to somebody that I was with before. But the reason why is because when I attracted them, I was at a certain level. And I feel like we served the purpose that we were supposed to serve with each other. It was time to move on to the next experience. So I did what I had to do in that sense. I haven't really had bad relationships like that. Now, I have had relationships where I was stressed and I wasn't happy with certain things. But as far as, like, me being abused or, things like that, like, and I'm talking about, like, beat up, like, abused, like I haven't been in situations like that. So I'm not speaking to them. That's why I said earlier in the video, if you are being abused, my advice is gonna always say to walk away from me. I don't give a fuck how much you, but like, I don't condone it. Saying, oh, well, I love him, I'm just gonna stay because he gonna get it right or she gonna get it together. They gonna stop him. Like, nah, fuck that. If somebody beating your ass, you get the fuck on. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's not that you don't love them, but you gotta love attracting this type of energy toward me. It may sound fucked up, but it's a reason why. It's a reason why some women always attract them type of men and some women never do, and vice versa. Why some men never attract those type of women and some men never, like some men always attract that same. She a gold digger, she a gold digger. They constantly attracting gold diggers, but they don't look at the things, the energy that they put out. They all, these type of men, a lot of times they always flashing their money, trying to show women that they can do things for them financially, and that they are on that they on that level. And then when they attract the type of woman, they upset because the woman get what she want and then she bounce. It's the energy you putting out. You know what I'm saying? But I just had to come back and add that part in there, because I feel like that was relevant. And I may touch up on this a little bit more in a couple days. But for right now, I feel like that was a good introduction. I'm gonna say this is part one because I do feel like I'm gonna bring something back about this. But this was part one. Peace and divine love.